Hi guys, welcome to another episode on Cooking Series with Jessica Akins, and I'm so happy because today we are going to be creating two things out of soya beans. We're going to be creating soya milk and we're going to be making tofu as well. Tofu, some people know it as the Hausas know it as Awara and the Yorubas know it as Wara. Anyway, we are going to be creating two things from it and I'm so excited. I want to show you how easy and quick it is to create this. So come along with me and let's make magic together. See ya! So soya beans is among the best source of plant-based protein and vitamin K1. It helps with the bone health. It contains folate and it's also used to make soya oil and soya powder. It also has some adverse effects like soya allergy, which is uncommon but should not be ruled off. It can also cause diarrhea as a result of the insoluble fiber in people with sensitive stomach. I remember I ate so much tofu and I ended up with constipation. So just try to eat in the right proportion, okay? Don't forget, too much or too little is not good enough. So I'm going to start by washing up my soya beans. First off, I'm going to be pouring up some water, and you will notice that by the time you pour water on it, you see that some of the beans will float to the top. I believe that that's not a good one. Those are not the good ones, so I definitely throw them away. After which, rinsing to ensure that every sand has been removed. I rinsed and this was all the sand that I got. I also went in with grinding it. I didn't have a very strong blender, so I took it to the engine for proper grinding. Next, I'm going in with some water. Going to add enough water, and then I'm going to stir this up well because you could see that it was very thick. I couldn't even sieve. Next, I'm going to be sieving with my Muslim cloth, sieving it to remove all of the milk and separate the chaff from the milk. Some people actually wash soya beans like normal beans for akara or moi moi before going into grind it, but I found out that this is easier, this is faster for me. And then this is the chaff that I got from sieving my soya beans. I hear that it doesn't go to waste. You can use it to feed animals like your chickens and goats and pigs. I actually decided to sieve it twice to be sure that there is no single chaff in it at all. Don't forget that I washed my hands very clean before I went in with this. I just didn't capture it. So after this, I'm going to be pouring this in a pot and I'm going to cover this to boil. But note that I'm covering this ajar because by the time it starts boiling, it's going to pour. Okay, so after about 30 minutes, my soya milk is ready because I've been boiling, and then fetching out the one I'll be using for the soya milk, and then I'll be using the remaining to prepare tofu. So I have here with me some magnesium chloride, about half teaspoon. Just very little is what you need. When you add so much, it will make your tofu sour. I went in with some warm water. You can use cold water or lukewarm water, whatever it is you have. And then I'm going to pour this into my pot of soya milk. I haven't turned off my heat yet. This is going to, it's quite sour, so it's going to help my milk coagulate or separate from the water. If you look closely, you see that it's already separating. I hear that some people go as far as using lemon, I've not tried it before, or tamarind as a way of separating the milk from the water. So yes, I left this for a while to coagulate well, and you can see that my tofu is coming together nicely. Next, I'm going to go in with sieving this. I'm still using another Muslim cloth. You have to be very careful because at this point it was really hot. I tied this and then I let it sit. This was going to help me get the shape I wanted. It was going to come out in this shape. You can see that I tied it well and it's draining off some water. I let this sit for about 3 hours or less depending on you. And then this was my tofu. Ta-da! Came out looking beautiful. And then I'm going to go in with cutting this into my desired shape, or should I say sizes. Can you see how simple? It was not even hard, guys. Anyway, I started cutting it up. I think I cut them into chunk sizes. They're not that tiny, they're just edible, and they are cut into pieces that you can easily eat them. So normally some people just go in with frying it directly, but I decided to season a bit with, or should I say steam a bit. I went in with some cubes, some onions and little salt. Added little water. I wanted it to soak up all of those juice and ingredients, so before frying mine. So I'm going to cover this and let this steam for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can see it was soft. It was looking so succulent. And then I went to be frying. So while my tofu was frying, I decided to start making my sauce. Make the sauce for my tofu. I have here with me some vegetable oil, some onions, some chili pepper mixed with some red and yellow scotch bonnet peppers with some garlic and ginger, my spring onions, my salt and some seasoning cubes, and lastly my mixed spices. Now let's get right in. So my sauce was a very simple process. I just went in with some vegetable oil. I let it get hot, and then I went in with my onions. Let this saute for about 30 seconds. I went in with my mixed spices. And then I went in with my pepper and garlic mix. I also went in with my seasoning cubes and some salt as well. I was also very careful with my sauce, with my seasoning, because I didn't want it to be too salty because I already seasoned my tofu well. I covered this and let this steam or fry well, after which it has fried well, and then I went in with my spring onions. By this time my Awara tofu or wara was already prepared, was already done frying. Guys, see how beautiful it looked. Note that as this tofu is fried, you can store it in your freezer and go back to use it. You can use it in your stews, in your soups, just enjoy. Then went in my tofu, already seasoned and fried tofu, and then I mixed this up well. Ah god, see this goodness, this sauce mixing with the tofu. So that water that I added was actually the remaining water that came out from seasoning up the tofu, so that it's just make it juicy and saucy. And I was done preparing this, and woo, it looked and tasted amazing. I promise you guys need to try it. Can you see how simple it is to make tofu? Next is, so my soya milk is ready. I already added some sugar for sweetening, and I'm going to start by lining my cup with some condensed milk. After which I'll be going in with my ice blocks. I have my ice cubes with me. Next, I'll be pouring my soya milk. And I'm going to enjoy. Please note that my soya milk is quite watery because I had to add more water in it because of the fact that I was making tofu from it. You can make it thicker by adding little water. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I have successfully been able to show you guys how to make tofu and soya milk from soya beans. Thank you. See you on my next video. Please do well to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell everybody around you. See you next time. Bye bye.